Notice that in the middle there's none. So I'm going to be using a 6-space 100 amp panel. These are for an ice melt system for the patio. I have two 3-inch air passages. Transition it from ICF styrofoam to concrete so it's durable. All right, friends, it's a new day, and I want to take a moment to explain a couple of things before I get started on the next task. We finished off and putting all the rebar in. As you can see, we have our 12-inch by 12-inch grid with the rebar on top, and that's with 1/2-inch rebar, number 4. And what I want to point out is these stirrups. Notice the stirrups, the pieces shaped like the letter S, that they are only favoring the ends 4 feet. My engineering drawing only shows that they need to be put on the first 4 feet on each end. And notice that in the middle there's none. So that's like a steel building. The beams that go above on a steel building, they're really thick near the end wall. And way out in the middle, they're very thin. So all the strength needs to be on the sides. And in my case, 4 feet from the sides, and that's all it's required. I also laid in some electrical PVC. The blue is actually, there's a red water line in there. A water line is for the rinsing sink. So I'm going to be using a 6-space 100 amp panel, and I'm going to be running DC power, solar power on everything that's in the root cellar and greenhouse. But I'm still using your standard circuit breaker panel for the switching. And it's pretty easy. So this 3/4 will go here. That's power in. Then I have 1/2 inch going to the stairwell for a light in the stairwell. Another 1/2 inch going to inside the root cellar for lights. I have a 3/4 going out the back side for landscape lighting around the patio. And then I have a 1/2 inch going into the root cellar for receptacles or any other power needs. I have two 3-inch air passages. I have a spare 1-inch going down into the root cellar, connecting the greenhouse for any future use. 2 blue lines down here are PEX. These are for an ice melt system for the patio. And then this guy here, coming from the circuit breaker panel box, is for landscape lighting around the patio. Beautiful. All right, these top screws, the yellow ones, go all the way through into the 2x4 inside, and the broad heads go into the BB high pull-out points in the ICFs. Wonderful. All right, friends, this is the doorway entry threshold. I'm doing the same technique as I did on the entryway of the stairwell, and I want to transition it from ICF styrofoam to concrete so it's durable. So anybody kicking the threshold with their toe, you're not kicking styrofoam, you're kicking concrete. So that's the reason for this. And also, I want that 45-degree bevel on the inside, so I'm going to put this triangle piece of wood to get that architectural look. All right, this tape's going to do two things. It's going to keep the concrete out of the teeth. So when I put the above grade ICF on, it'll go nice and easy and I don't have to do any clean out. And it'll also keep the ultraviolet light off through the winter time.
My top reinforced concrete slab will be 5 inches thick. That's from the top of the build deck form to the top of the rim form board. This rim form board is installed around the entire perimeter and will be the top of concrete. This 2x4 fits nicely on the inside of the ICF form, and with the furring strip gives me the desired 5-inch concrete thickness. After the concrete has been poured, the rim form board is easily removed.
All ready for the next course to go on top.
The rebar that's located down in the channel must extend into the wall section. East wall 3-inch vents vent into stairwell.
Once again, this is Steve from Pure Michigan Living. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.